saying Akashat Patitam Toya. So there is a popular shloka which we all chant every day actually. Now Sandhya Vandanam. So Akashat Patitam Toyam Yatha Gachati Sagar. Same thing, that example I gave, coming from here on. The water is coming from the sky. Akashat Patitam Toyam. Jalam. That water droplet will not rest until it reaches the home. That is the mantra is.
It was quoted by Vivekananda in Chicago address.
Okay, I see, I see. Jnatam Bhavati. Okay, good. Yeah, Haraprasad ji, go ahead.
Mahodaya,
Yes,
Kutastokshara, is that Pararupa Sandhi?
it's called Pararupa Sandhi, no? Yeah. Astaha Akshara. I forgot the name of the Sandhi. No,
Okay, I believe it is.
It's a Visarga Sandhi.
No.
So it may be called Pararupa Sandhi. But Astokshara, no, I don't.
No, I think it is Visarga Sandhi, right?
Yeah, it's Visarga Sandhi.
No, it is not. It is not, because
I'm forgetting what Pararupa Sandhi is now.
Pararupa Sandhi, if the Parashtra is the starts from Akara and the Purva is ARO, the combination is Pararupa.
Okay. So this is not Pararupa because it is Kotasthaha. There is a Visarga there. Kotasthaha. And then Akshara. Kotasthaha and Akshara.
Okay.
So that is what makes this happen.
It's Kutastaha. Okay.
Kotasthaha. Visarga takes on an Okara.
Okay. The other thing is, in 18, Asmat, that is the relative pronoun. Where is the main pronoun, Tasmat? I don't see that.
Yasmat Ksharat Vido. Then Ataha. Ataha is the Tasmat. Ataha. Therefore. Ataha is Tasmat.
Okay.
Ataha is Tasmat.
I see. I got it.
Or
Okay.
Yasmat is Yataha.
Okay.
Correct?
Yeah. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, Mahesh ji, go ahead.
And the shloka 1519, I think when you translate, when I was writing down the translation, I missed some of them.
Okay. 1519. All right. So undiluted, he who thus knows me. Undiluted. This is 1519 we are translating.
Right.
Undiluted, comma, he who knows me in this manner. Comma, the Purushottama. Is the knower of all. Okay, then he gains me as the self of all. O Arjuna.
He gains me?
As the self of all.
Yeah, that's what I missed.
Another literal translation of that is, he worships me wholeheartedly. We talked about it also. But then you have to ask, what is the meaning of wholehearted? So wholehearted means with the clarity that soham bhavena pujaye. Our puja start with that state. I am not different from you in that. Any other questions? How many of you have memorized Panchadashodhyayaha? Yeah, Swapna knows. Okay. Because Swapna is exposed to it. From a childhood, she is somehow exposed to it. So right.
In our place here, they chant only 15th chapter in the evening in Nananani month. Before 5 minutes before the dinner.
Oh, they do, huh?
For the last 10 years, it's continuing. Someone started it and it's continuing.
Nice. Nice. Very good.
In phase one.
Phase one, yeah.
But no one wants to know the meaning. That's also the thing.
Okay. We'll pause with that. Yeah, Vidivat upasannaha papracha. Yeah. Good. Okay, we'll pause with that. Okay, so there was this thing, no? Somebody wanted to talk, if anybody wants to talk about. What if somebody were to approach you and is genuinely not happy? Not happy for what reasons? Because everything is there, still I'm not happy. That kind of genuine reasons are there. He approaches you. How will you respond? How will you respond? They don't have an exposure to the Shastra. They know you have exposure. They know that you have something to offer. Correct? Only then somebody approaches. Honestly, they approach you. And then how will you respond? Is it? Anybody wants to say a few words about that? Satyaji is there. He's a doctor. He's very good at giving advice. Okay. And now he knows Vedanta also. For many years he's been studying. Okay.
I thought he shared already.
Oh, he
Satyaji.
did. Oh, he did. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, anybody who did not. What about Bhagyaji? Bhagyashri also shared?
Yes, she also did.
She also.
Bhagyakula, right?
So looks like.
Bhagyaji. Oh, Dr. Ramesh's wife, Bhagyaji?
Yeah, right.
Don't remember. I think so she did. I think she was one of the earlier ones.
No, I don't think I did participate.
Oh, okay. Shamyata.
Good. So yeah, I think we all know, as Swamiji would say, fake it to make it. We have to do that. We have to, we have to take the plunge, We have to take the plunge. And everything is like that. In our life, it's always like that, The child has to go to school, kindergarten. My God, now that's a big transition for everybody. For mother, for father, it's a transition. The child also wants to go, but then is crying. And then you go there. It's just that 1 month is just, it can be the worst period of for the parent. or it may just smoothly happen. We don't know. But the transition. Then you go, everything happens. Then college. The boy has finished high school, girl has finished high school, college. Maybe these days the transition is easy, I don't know. But the transition is there. It has to happen. It has to happen. And homesickness. These days, I don't know if children feel homesick or not. And we used to have homesickness and all that. And so all that is there. So that takes some time. Then marriage, another transition. So children, like this, it goes on. So transition, everywhere there is a jump. You have to make that jump. Job, you have to make the jump to stand on your own legs, right? It's easier, difficult, and that jump has to be made. So a teacher for the first time. Imagine first time teachers. I wonder how a first time teacher, what kind of transition it must be, right? First time teacher. First time you stand in front of bunch of people. Some people have that natural, they're naturally good at it. They just come and they just go with it, go with the flow, and then everything happens. For some people, it takes a while. It takes a while. So, good. All right. So we'll conclude. We'll resume with chapter 16 in the next.
Jai Kumar ji, I have one question. It's nothing to do with chapter 15, but if somebody, if I want to tell somebody, why I'm learning Bhagavad Gita, all those things, okay? But if that person says, why are you learning? You're not getting any money or anything. So why do I need to learn? What can you answer? They say, oh, it is like inner peace, we get peace of mind and all those things. So, but that person, he was very, like, oh, you people, you don't have anything else to do. I don't want to learn that. Why? Because I'm not going to get any money. I need to earn money. So if I learn Bhagavad Gita, I don't get anything. So what can you answer for that?
I will say you are correct. You are 100% correct. You are 100% correct. If you study Bhagavad Gita, you will not get any money. There's a lot of data points for that. So that what he's saying is correct. No. What is wrong with what he's saying?
No, but beyond the monetary, what we get the knowledge. We
Now,
can
who
put
is
the
asking?
value.
Who is asking? Young person, middle-aged person? What kind of person?
He is an young person. He just finished his IT and everything. So, he came to our house and we just having dinner, and I think he saw something, and oh, you guys are retired. What are you doing now? So we just telling him about how we started to learn Bhagavad Gita classes and all those things. So what do you get? And suddenly it's like, what do you answer for that?
Yeah, so I give a different answer. Actually, we make some money by studying Bhagavad Gita. You know how? Because everybody else, look what they're doing. They're going fishing, they're going golfing, and it costs a lot of money to golf. And so we're saving all money. We're saving money. That's what I'll tell. So we're actually making money studying Bhagavad.
No, I mean, like, what I said, now at this stage, I have made enough money. I don't need any money. So I want to learn beyond that. So that's why we are learning Bhagavad Gita, just to see. Then the question he asked me, oh, you didn't learn anything from your childhood? I said, I did. That's why I'm learning. My father was teaching all this to us. But at that time, we did not go really deep into that. Now I think it's the time for me to go and learn really what I want to do in my life and what do I get, peace and all those things. So his next question right away. So all this time you didn't get any peace? I mean, it's, you know, so that was so hard to explain in simple words. So that's why I thought, I should ask, and I kept on thinking one day I should ask this question, but I, never thought about it. So today I thought, okay. So in simple sentence, what can we tell?
Hey, again, that is why we have to find out who is asking, what is the attitude behind the question, what is their background, things like that.
But Jaykumarji, even before analyzing that person's personality and motivation, the intention of asking the question, yes, we can assume the role that really he wanted to know, understand. Maybe in the future, when he grows up, when he retires, he want to take up something. At the time, Bhagavad Gita is one of them. Once you are achieved your materialistic goals, when you retire means you are not retired from the life, you retired from your profession. And that is the new life starts, and then explore the other interest what we have. And when you attain the knowledge and the exchange of views, you get you'll be more satisfied. We can't put the dollar sign, dollar value for that. That is beyond anybody's putting the value for monetary value for that. I would have answered that.
Yeah, I mean, there is no guarantee that you are going to be able to convince anybody about anything.
Yeah.
There is no guarantee at all. First, we have to keep that in mind. And so, yeah, hopefully some argument, some discussion about if money can make you happy 100% all the time, then go for it. Then go for it. I don't think so. That's why I'm doing all this. If for you money can make you happy all the time, if you can say I can never be depressed if I have money, if you can prove it, it's going to be tough for you to prove, okay? But if you can prove it, all the good. You're in business. You're in business. So sometimes people have to go through that process. There's no shortcut here. That's what we're saying. There's no shortcut. Just because somebody says that the thing is going to happen, it has to come from the person. And so there's no need to feel. See, these conversations are not always easy. Not always easy. Not at all. Not at all. Not at all. So that's what we're learning.
Very rarely we come across the question like this. Most of the time, people, whether our Indian friends or local American friends, when we say that we are trying to learn something like our dharma, they'll be appreciative. The way you are spending the life after retirement is very productive. And that's what I feel. I was not there when that person asked the question, but I would have answered this.
Yeah, Premaji.
Guruji, I would like to know why something is mentioned as Guhyam. Even as you do the Lalita Sahasranamam, it says Guhya ati Guhyati Goptritvam. So everything is Guhyam, 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 and yet it is the most well-known secret. There's no secret there. We all know what has to be achieved. So why is it referred to as Guhyam, and what is that Guhyam that they're talking about?
Right. So this moksha is guhyam. Moksha is guhyam, correct? If moksha were not guhyam, all of us would be Bhakta Purushas. It would be dinner conversations. Okay. It's not a dinner table conversation. It's not conversation being happening in parties and all that. At the workplace, it's not happening. So then that is why it is mukhya. If it means what? It's what everybody is seeking. Very interesting, right? Everybody is seeking that. Everybody wants that fulfillment, but nobody seems to get it.
Nobody?
Nobody seems to get it.
Hmm.
Everybody agrees that they want to be happy, right? They want to be happy. But yet something is not quite happening, working out the way they want. Why? Do people ask the question? Wait a minute, I'm working hard, but I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm 40, I'm 50, now I'm going to be 60, and still I'm not happy. What happened? Will I ever be happy? Do people ask like that? Nobody talks like that. Even though the subject is very much available. That is why it's called Guhyam. Guhyam because it's despite it being available, I am not ready for it, etc. And so that's why it's called Guhyam. It's an open secret. Is that what they say? Open secret.
Mhm.
Open secret. What is an open secret? What's an open secret? It's out in the open. It's out in the open.
The secret that is open and it is well publicized and well thought, but not understood.
But not understood.
Yes.
Correct. Not understood.
There is no contemplation of that fact.
Not understood. So that's okay. So why am I studying Bhagavad Gita? Oh, to understand that open secret only. So Bhagyaji, maybe that might be an answer. Understand that open secret only I'm understanding. I don't want to die without understanding the open secret.
I want to share one thing. I spent more than 50 years in medical field before I got into this Vedanta. But I have come across friends who started learning about Vedas early in their life, and they have sailed through their life extremely well, met with all the challenges with competence, and dealt with them in the right way, and led their children and their family members and their friends in the right direction. Why did this happen? When I analyzed myself, what I understood was I did not understand the difference between so-called Atma versus the rest of the Panchakosha and Buddhi. And as a result, now I can separate if there is any pleasure or pain, it is in the manas or mind, not in the Atma. The Atma is the main consciousness. So consciousness is unaffected by anything. So by separating that, one can reframe whatever situation they are involved in, and they can get solace from reframing that one. I think that's the main contribution from learning from Vedas and the Bhagavad Gita particularly. The question about answering to someone who asked you why you are reading or learning or participating and spending time in learning about Bhagavad Gita or whatever other Vedas, the important thing is you need to ask that person what are the values he is looking for. What does he value? How does he measure his success in his life? And if it does not match with what we are learning here in Bhagavad Gita, there is no point in conversing with him, and let him find the answers to his own satisfaction, because he is not inclined to learn from the Vedas. That's my feeling. That's my thought.
Yeah, readiness assessment.
Yes.
That
I
is.
may add to what Satyaji said to Bhagyaji's question, that generally people ask. Even in ashram, Swamiji used to joke. A person comes and tells Puji Swamiji, I had 3 daughters, 2 sons. I got them married, settled them. Now I am retired. I have come to the ashram. You know, Swamiji used, so what? I have come to the ashram to learn Bhagavad Gita and to stay here. Swamiji says, whole life you spent in bringing up your children and earning money and doing all those things. Now, at the fag end of life, you have come here. Okay, so that is one aspect. And the other aspect is you can answer to those people who ask. We say we learned so many things in the world. We learned nursery rhymes, we studied Shakespeare, we studied Milton, we studied chemistry, E is equal to MC square. We know so many things. Now I want to know about myself. This is Atmanyanam. This is Moksha Sastram that we know. We cannot explain to them what is consciousness, what is Atma, all those things. We can say simply, I want to know about myself because I am here. Because of me, the world and you are close to me. Because of me, you are here. You are my friend or you are my relation, whatever. Now, I want to know about myself, how to relate myself with this Jagat, with all people. That is my simple understanding, and that's how I answer. And Jaykumarji can correct me if I.
Rukminiji, that is a beautiful, wonderful answer. That's what very thoughtful, and then I think it will shut down or it will educate anybody who is asking the question. I think that's a excellent answer. Thank you.
Yeah, and it is not necessary for us to talk about Atma also. So it can be even a psychological level we can stop. Person, so you have to go through psychology before you come to Atma, correct? And so depending on who is asking and what their background is, tell them things that they can appreciate. We don't want to, you shouldn't jump into Vedanta. Vedanta will come only for a person who is emotionally mature. But if the value system is not proper, etc., then we have to what will you do if you're sad with all the money you earn? Do you want to be a happy person with some money, or do you want to be a sad person with a lot of money? Suppose you give that choice to somebody. Yeah, you have a lot of money, but if you're sad, we're not saying rich people are sad or anything like that. No, we're not saying that happens. What will you do? What will be your choice? Make them think like that. Make them think so they begin to see the limitations of artha and kama. They have to see that limitations. Once they see the limitation, they can think for themselves. Answer should not be given just like that in the platter. It won't work. It won't work. That's another approach also. Make them see, make them think a little. Values. What are the importance of values? Satyaji was talking about values. Yeah. Should you be truthful in earning money? Suppose he says yes. Why yes? Why should I not lie? Why should I not steal? Why? It's against the law. So what? Okay, law was created by men only. People only created law. In some places, stealing is natural. People do it, and they don't get caught. So I can go there and steal because the law there doesn't work. Am I not stealing because of the law or because of something else? So I have this kind of value-based discussion. Sometimes that also helps. That's a very useful thing, so that they can get strengthened on their values. So with children, sometimes we have these conversations, value-based conversations, right? Value. What did you learn from Hanuman or Rama or Sita from those stories? Value-based conversations are useful. Then they have to think through it. It's not you can never spoon feed Vedanta to anyone. It won't work.
Jaykumarji, some people they will say, I'm happy what I'm doing. I'm retired. I don't need any Vedanta. I don't want all this. I'm happy. I know I'm going to die. Peacefully, I'm going to die. I don't want to know about myself. I don't want to know anything else. What can you answer? What can you tell for that kind of people?
Yeah, there is nothing to say, really speaking. If they say I'm happy, then really you can't. There's nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. Because adhikaritvam is important. Adhikaritvam is there. If adhikaritvam is not there, then Vedanta will not stick at all. Not only it won't stick, it will backfire. It will backfire. And so, so that's good. If a person can say, I am happy with what I have, and I'm happy, I know I'm going to die, that is okay. That person is not a burden to society, right? Person is okay. He's doing fine. So there's no need for us to say anything to that person. There's no need for us to say.
See how the conversation happened with one of in one of the group. It's like, oh, we are all retired, we are doing this, we are doing this, we are doing this. Okay. Are you doing this because you're not happy? I said, no, I'm doing this because I'm happy. That's how it started. Okay. So it's like, oh, you're not doing any other thing? I said, no, I am doing other things also. I'm going to movie, I'm going for vacation, I'm enjoying all other things. I go. So that's so, suddenly I said, what can we say, that we are all Hindus, if we want to say something about what we are doing and why we are doing, I felt like I needed something, solid answer. How do you find it? How, that's what I'm.
One thing I can tell you, you can never justify your study to anybody. It's not possible. It's not going to work. You can't justify it to your own children. That is the question of the rest of the people. Your children itself, many of us, they won't like what you're doing. They'll stay
Exactly.
far away. I don't know what my parents, they have a class, they have something. They'll just murmur and go away.
Yes, yes.
There's no chance. There is, our goal should never be to convince others that what you're doing is right. That's a wrong track. It will never work at all. It will not work. Once you
Yes.
understand what Vedanta is, then you say, oh my God, this is what it is. And so then you just go your way. Go your way.
Okay.
Being
No,
in
I
part
don't
of,
want to convince anybody, but
no, I'm saying. Otherwise, it will get in the discussions will go off in a wrong track.
like that. Okay.
Yeah, this is okay. No, I'm happy, but I'm studying Vedanta. Why unhappy people should not study Vedanta? Suppose I say I'm happy. That's why I'm studying. I'm unhappy. That's why I'm studying Vedanta. I didn't find happiness anywhere else. I'm only finding some happiness here, and I'm beginning to understand things. And so I feel makes me feel really unhappy. That's why I came here. Suppose I say that. Do we have the courage to say that? Do we have the courage to say that? No, I don't go to movies. Correct, because movies. I've given up on movies. I've given up on friends. I've given up on parties. I'm unhappy. Finally, Vedanta is what is making me happy. Suppose can I say that? So we can't have the cake and eat it also. Again, you can't say, I want to be part of all these things and all the glamour. And then I want to do a little bit of Vedanta. That won't sell for too long. It won't sell for too long. There is no need to prove ourselves to anybody.
That's right.
There's no need to prove that, oh, I'm also seeing movies, I'm also doing this, I'm going to this, that. No, those days are over. Those days are over. We are welcome to do what we want, but they're not to prove to others that, oh, I'm also okay. I have to prove to myself that I'm okay. Correct? That is the only thing.
Yes.
That's not to others. Not to others. So,
Thank you,
this,
Jacob.
group dynamics like this are all bit risky. If it won't go. It won't be useful to anybody.
The reason is I am getting all that, oh, you're doing so many other things, like why? And I'm like, I want to do it,
Why not?
It's so, it is hard, I know that, but I'm not convincing anybody. So I thought there must be something, some way I can convince them why I'm doing it, but that's not going to work.
May I say something to you, Mrs. Ramesh?
My question to you is, how do you want to convince others?
No.
You don't need.
Okay. If you don't want to convince others, then that's okay. Then you're happy. Yeah, Premaji, go ahead.
Yeah, what I wanted to say to you, Mrs. Ramesh, is people come for various reasons, depending on the key word that Guruji said, as they are ready. And as I look at the movie that has come out called Oppenheimer, you see how, out of desperate guilt and a feeling of hopelessness that he was the inventor of something that would cause death to so many people, he lands upon the Bhagavad Gita, and he's not even Hindu. So how? That's why it's called a universal text, I suppose, Guruji, because it touches different people for different reasons at different times, according to what they need. And even as we read the Bhagavad Gita, certain things are revealed to us as we go from chapter to chapter to chapter, and then we reread it and something else turns up because we are ready to receive it. So you continue what you have to say, but you can say, look, I do it for my reasons. And if you think you have other reasons which are working for you, try it. And if you don't, come back. That's the best option I can think of, where you're not convincing anybody of anything. Letting, they have said, why do you do these things? Obviously, it doesn't make sense to them. So you say, because that's what is my path. And if that you don't agree with it or you find difficulty following it, do what you need and see how that works for you. Huh?
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Good discussion. Conclude with that. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Dhanvantaraye Amrita Kalashahastaya Sarvamaya Vinashanaya Trailokyanataya Shri Mahavishnave Namaha.
Dhanyawad.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jacob.
Thank you, Jacob.
Thank you. Hari Om.
Hari Om Guruji. Thank you.
Hari Om.
Take care.